Oh, crap.
As 1 in every 3 adults 65 and over will fall in their lifetime, and many of those end up in the emergency room. Tonight we look at what caretakers are doing to prevent serious injury.
And the DNR hands off the investigation into a troubled manure digester plant near Madison. Plus,
after losing their only possessions, their items have been returned tonight, but only time will tell how long they'll be able to stay here at the city-county building.
Homeless advocates are upset tonight after the belongings of over 24 homeless in Madison were removed without warning.
It's the county's right to remove the items, but advocates say the city and county have failed the homeless, leaving them with limited resources. News3's Valinda Jones has more on what advocates are hoping for here, Valinda.
That's right, Eric and Michelle. They say they want the city and county to work together and find an immediate solution for the homeless as the winter approaches. Although there are day centers in the area to go to, advocates say there are not enough resources for homeless who live downtown.
Your survival kicks in. You know, today was like a normal day, and then all of a sudden we lost everything that helps us battle the elements.
Vicki Lewandowski has spent the majority of her nights since September sleeping at the city-county building. It's where she also keeps her belongings. But in a blink of an eye, all she owned was gone.
Well, the first thing I was thinking is, how am I going to stay warm? Am I going to try to find shelter? Will I have to try to recover blankets?
Wednesday morning, county employees removed 2 truckloads worth of homeless belongings left in front of the building Lewandowski calls home. City-county ordinance allows Madison employees to throw away any items less than $50 in value if left abandoned.
There's a lot of money in them sacks, and it keeps us warm. We have no place to store them. There's a predicament with keeping the Justice Center storage area open. We have no place to put the stuff.
Over 24 bags were eventually dropped off at the Social Justice Storage Center. But with limited space, citizens say more needs to be done.
The city and the county have to come together and come up with a solution to this. We definitely need a day center downtown where people are. People can't get out to the site that's been chosen.
With their belongings over 10 blocks away and no way to retrieve them, Brenda Conkle and other volunteers from the storage facility took it upon themselves to return the items back to their rightful owners.
Can't imagine 30 or 40 people going 16 blocks down the street, picking up their stuff and hauling it all back up here. You know, trying to save dollars and also make sure people are warm tonight, because, I mean, that's the most critical thing.
Reunited with all that she owns and uncertain with what tomorrow will bring, Lewandowski is just grateful to have one more night with her survival kit close by.
Tomorrow's another day. One day at a time.
The storage facility where the items were taken are having financial troubles of their own. Conkle says they struggled to come up with rent for this month and still do not know how they will continue to fund the facility in the future.
It's so scary. You got to think of those folks when the weather starts to get so cold, dangerously so for those folks.
Absolutely.
Valinda, thank you. Well, just into the newsroom, the superintendent of the Watertown School District says Riverside Middle School will be closed tomorrow. That's due to an electrical problem. We'll share updates on this story on social media and our website when those details become available. A CBS investigation has revealed Wisconsin is one of more than a dozen states that is billing victims of sexual assault for medical tests they thought were free.
Federal law says that victims should not pay for rape kits, but there can be additional medical charges like HIV tests or ER fees, which may not be covered. There have been at least 2 attempts to change federal law to expand coverage beyond rape kits. Both failed to pass Congress, but in our state there are signs of improvement. The Wisconsin Coalition Against Sexual Assault told us in a statement it is receiving fewer reports of victims receiving bills associated with the forensic exam, but acknowledge there's more work that needs to be done.
A drug bust of a tour bus forced a traffic jam near the Iowa-Dane County border today. 7 people were arrested on drug-related charges after this bus was pulled over by police this morning near Blue Mounds. Officers say they seized pot. They're still testing to see if the bus was packing other drugs. The band called Ty Dolla $ign is from Los Angeles. It was on its way to Iowa for a show.
A Sun Prairie man is accused of possessing child porn. Police say this man, Hans Olsen, they arrested him after searching his home where they found digital images and videos. This arrest stems from an investigation with the Department of Justice.
Continuing coverage now of the death of a 5-year-old Milwaukee girl, Layla Peterson, was laid to rest, hundreds attending her funeral.
As the family and community mourns, a $10,000 reward is still being offered tonight for information that leads to an arrest. Police say she was shot in the head while sitting on her grandpa's lap at her grandparents' home. No arrests have been made. Folks today brought toys and stuffed animals to the funeral. We've also been told those items will be donated to a children's hospital.
And one of the teens charged in what's being called the Slender Man stabbing has been declared competent to stand trial by a court doctor. The 12-year-old is accused of stabbing a classmate in Waukesha with the help of another girl. The teens claim they did it to please the online character Slenderman. The competency hearing for the other teen is scheduled for next month.
A follow-up now on the News 3 Investigate story Adam Schrager shared with us on Monday. Megan Rothbauer was unconscious when she was brought to St. Mary's Hospital, her insurance only covering her at Meriter and the UW, and now she's facing $50,000 in bills simply because she collapsed in the wrong place. Her story will be featured on CBS this morning. Tomorrow, you can tune in around 7:40 to see her interview with Dean Reynolds, and other media outlets are also reaching out to her as well. So to read more about her story, you can head to our website, channel3000.com. Next at 10, the latest data from the Centers for Disease Control says over the course of a year, there are nearly 2.5 million ER visits for falls alone.
And this as the baby boomer population celebrates more and more birthdays. The 19th Danica Lewis dives into the stats for us tonight. Danica?
Well, Eric and Michelle, the estimated medical cost for falls in 2012 alone would be around $30 billion now, according to the CDC, if you factor in inflation. Falls are now the leading cause of injury among the elderly, fatal or not. At the very least, the physical and emotional trauma linked to falls is something that's stripping more older adults than ever before of their independence. At a certain age,
And they exercise us a lot.
each move becomes a roll of the dice.
Every once in a while we have to take a rest.
Charlene Armstrong has a knack for knocking down numbers.
I fell 12 times before they got me into a nursing home.
Down a dozen times
You don't want 12.
before the wheelchair.
That's why I'm here.
They maybe aren't invincible like we all like to think that we are.
Kathy Unmuth is a physical therapist at St. Clair Meadows, a place where patients are living longer and are more active than ever.
Older people are in more situations where the potential for falls is there.
Sometimes the fear of falling again keeps you down as much as a hip fracture.
They don't necessarily always have that recognition that they're not as safe as they were before. That can be very challenging.
We just want to be safe.
Which is why Bruce Hutler, Director of Rehab Services, makes sure there's nothing to trip over,
We tried to make that as flat as possible.
something to hold on to,
There's grab bars on both sides.
and always
They've got a seat here,
a comfortable spot.
down, but once you have that first fall, boy, it's just kind of an eye-opener of I either need to change things or I'm really afraid of doing it again.
You gotta get it better, Bill.
If Charlene can teach us anything,
No, shake again.
even when the numbers aren't in your favor, when you fall, you find some way to get back up.
Move it or lose it, they say.
Move it or lose it. Well, there are far more people playing than falling at the facility you just saw, which averaged little more than one fall annually over the past couple of years. But the latest national data says less than half of those who actually experience a spill report it to healthcare providers. When the folks at St. Clair Meadows discharge someone after a fall, they will often go through that person's home, checking for how safe and accessible it actually is.
Yeah, another thing to keep in mind as the cold weather arrives, you get ice on the
yeah.
ground. Danica, thank you very much. Complaints about a troubled manure digesting plant near Wanakee have been referred now to the Department of Justice.
The Department of Natural Resources has been looking into alleged violations at the Clear Horizons plant, where a fire and 3 manure spills have been reported over the last year. The company says they added staff and changed some of their systems to prevent any more issues. But the latest was just back in August when methane gas caused a massive explosion. With this week's developments, DOJ lawyers can now go to court to seek fines under state law.
Department of Natural Resources are also dealing with an uptick in deer car collisions. They say it's in part because of a new housing development here in southern Wisconsin.
Rachel Perry almost hit a huge 8 to 10 point buck near the University Ridge Golf Course this season.
All I could see was just the body and the horns, and I was thinking, oh, I mean, just slamming on the brakes, you're thinking, oh my gosh, that cannot come into my windshield.
Well, the good news, the Department of Transportation numbers show fewer drivers are actually being hurt when they hit deer, especially compared to a decade ago. And Department of Natural Resource officials say while they don't keep data on where crashes happen, drivers have to pay extra attention to new growing areas.
As cities expand, people move into a little bit more rural fringes around a city. That's a normal growth pattern for a lot of urban areas. They're actually moving into the deer's backyard as well, so they are more likely to encounter deer.
The DNR asking us to remind you that if you're in the deer areas, slow down and watch for deer crossing signs, and always look for multiple deer since they usually travel in groups.
All right, well, we're all braving the cold out there, but there are some out there who are actually embracing it.
Yeah, the folks at Tyrrell Basin love this weather because it helps them make snow. All they have to do is add water. Pretty easy, right? Well, Tyrrell Basin has 25 snow guns working around the clock, and the hope is to have a foot of base to ski on by the end of the week.
All right,
Think they can do it?
Good luck to them. We've all heard about the data breaches at big box retailers like Target and Home Depot, but are you actually doing anything to protect yourself?
Statistics say no. We're on your side coming up with how many Americans are resetting their passwords or switching to cash or debit payments.
And in the weather, some snow showers and flurries have been moving through tonight. They will continue into tomorrow, just some scattered flurries, but temperatures will start out in the upper teens and only reach the upper 20s for highs tomorrow. I'll have your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching Eric Franke and Michelle Lee. Meteorologist Gary Canalti. And Jay Wilson with sports. This is News 3 at 10.
Hi, you guys. Look at Eric. He's black.
You kids get off my lawn.
Eric's been cranky.
I can see that.
Get off my lawn?
Eric's been cranky because he's had a cough. Look at him. Look at that cranky face.
Is that why he's so quiet?
Trying to save my voice, actually. I'm going to go get some water. It's not funny.
We're going to talk about you when you leave. Bye.
I'm trying to save my voice.
Gary. Teresa says, nice tie. Thank you. Did you hear him? His wife picked it out.
Ah,
Does
still
your
a nice
wife like
tie.
colorblind? Gary's colorblind. What you learn about us during this newscast.
Huh.
What color am I wearing right now?
Great.
How do you know that?
That's mean.
You can tell.
Black and white, but like I can't tell the difference.
Oh, well, this is purple.
You're clear when you're
I just teasing this blue. Dang it, Gary guessed my color. Hey, so Teresa, do you you remember actually wait.
Keep reading. Keep reading.
Wait, did Buddy Holly die in Madison?
No, my mistake. Otis Redding.
No, he died in Iowa.
Yeah, Otis Redding died here.
Buddy Holly died with a Big Bopper, and who else? Gary?
Richie Valens.
Richie Valens. Nice.
Speaking of Gary's colorblindness,
What kind of airplane was it?
What kind of airplane was it? Aaron wants to know.
It wasn't a Chevy.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't a Chevy and it wasn't in a levee.
The ice off the residual.
Was the levee dry?
No, it wasn't in a levee. It was in a cornfield.
Another kid in the eye, and I said, guys,
Question.
somebody's gonna
Didn't
lose
Buddy
an eye.
Holly hit a mountain and explode?
No, he didn't. He had a mountain. He had a field in Iowa.
And then Jordan looked at me and goes, Dad,
Yeah,
Who
no,
was in the boat that hit a mountain?
I have no idea where you. I must have mentioned that at one point.
Eric's back.
No, that was a helicopter crash that you're thinking of, and it was
Saving his voice.
Eric's back, and you're gonna get in trouble.
Last night, I still had to read the scripts.
There's Aaron. Say hi. Oh, there's Aaron.
We call him NASCAR Jones.
Look, Gary's dancing.
NASCAR Joe.
He does that whenever the weather.
Well, this is winter weather awareness week in Wisconsin, and wind chills. This is the wind chill chart. It'll give you the difference. It'll tell you what the wind chill is based on the wind speed and the temperature. There's the temperature up at the top, the wind speed down here. And, you know, you look at where our temperatures may be over the next few days. We could be looking at temperatures at least by early Monday or early Tuesday morning of next week, where we could see wind chills somewhere right around 0 as we head into, and we'll go back to that graphic there, right around 0 here with temperatures between about 10 and 5 degrees, and those winds not that strong, but in the 10 to 15 mile per hour range, maybe even up to 20 miles an hour, that could drop wind chills close to 5 to 10 degrees below 0. So something we have to start keeping track of this time of year. Now, as we take a look at Doppler track, you can see some snow showers and flurries. Again, we kind of tweaked the background colors on Doppler 3000 to make it a little easier to see the precipitation. We'll widen out the radar view, though, and you can see the flurries are not confined to just southern Wisconsin. There are some heavy lake effect snow squalls downwind from Lake Superior, also on the other side of Lake Michigan, but scattered flurries mostly showing up around the radar sites because the radar has a tough time trying to pick up snow flurries. You can see them pretty widespread, so we'll expect scattered flurries from time to time. Visibilities, though, still 9 miles here in Madison. All the rest of the major reporting stations around 10 miles, so the snow not coming down that hard. I tried to zoom in on our tower cam. This is looking east out toward Raymond Road. And from time to time, you'll see some flurries in here, but the almanac for today shows a high of only at 30, the low at 20, and right now we're sitting at 24 degrees with cloudy skies and some flurries. Wind chill is down to 15 degrees. High temperatures today, you can see how deep the cold air is through the nation's midsection. The jet stream is cold. The wind's coming in right out of the north and into the nation's midsection. And some breaks in the clouds will make a few places a little bit colder tonight, and you can see those temperatures 20s and teens here, but already below 0 across the western high plains, and that cold air is going to sit in place for a while. 18 for the overnight low with snow showers and flurries. Shouldn't amount to any accumulation. High tomorrow, 28 degrees with the chance for flurries. As we look at Pinpoint City forecast for tomorrow, 28 in Fenimore, Plain, and 27 in Elroy. Chance for a couple of flurries. Friday, more sunshine. Temperatures about the same, 28 in Portage, 26 for the high in Adams. South and east of Madison, look for a chance for flurries tomorrow, 28 for the high in Milton, and also the same in New Glarus. And then look for sunny skies on Friday. High temperatures almost exactly the same, 28 Sun Prairie, 29 for the high in Beloit. 7-day forecast, those temperatures staying well below normal. There's a chance for maybe an inch or two of snow accumulation from Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. We'll have to wait until the middle of next week to get temperatures back above freezing. Even then, it'll be accompanied by strong southerly winds, so it'll feel colder than that, but at least we'll get out of the deep freeze for a little while anyway.
Ooh, the deep freeze, too early for that.
Yeah, okay. Gary, thank you very much.
you.
You're welcome. So we'll be right back after a short break. A recall as well that we'll tell you about a popular McDonald's Happy Meal toy. More on that in a moment.
Badger Volleyball goes for its 14th straight win. We'll show you the highlights from the field house in sports.
News 3 weather is brought to you by McDonald's. The wait.
Make sure.
Well, that would cut you off guard.
Yum. How's it going?
Do you guys know that the McRib is back?
He was in charge.
Yes, it is. And it's delicious.
It's delicious!
It is. Seriously, put talk about
molded meat. Yummy.
all mass-produced meat.
What is the McRib made out of? Is it really a rib?
Pork product.
Yeah,
There's no bones in it, you know that.
It's corrugated
injection
pork.
molded meat. Yeah.
Poured into a
They
form.
take the nozzle, okay, and then they inject it into a McRib mold, and then douse it in barbecue sauce.
I'm not
And
kidding.
McRib.
My mom used to like lose her mind when the McRib came back. Like she would literally like, you're like, oh my god, the McRib is back.
Oh man, put Taco Bell hot sauce on it. It'll change your life.
What?
Put Taco Bell hot sauce on a McRib.
Nick, you speak blasphemy. Crossing fast food foods and sauces is a cardinal sin. And you should know
Taco
that.
Bell hot sauce is pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie.
Taco Bueno hot sauce on a Big Mac is awesome too.
Whoa, hold on now. What's a Taco
Eric.
Bueno?
There's Eric drinking his water
Have Taco Bueno?
because he can't talk.
Obviously not, or I wouldn't be questioning this.
Oh, that's right. You're in California.
Yeah, we're losers.
Fish
We have
tacos.
In-N-Out Burger and you don't, so
I can't hear anything.
We have In-N-Out Taco.
How much time do we have?
No, In-N-Out Burger. We're better, so
I watched that up.
We have In-N-Out Burger. We do.
I have IFB in my
the,
right ear. I have the hang out in my left ear. What do you guys do?
But only in the majority white parts of town.
And they're always near a freeway, so...
What saw it Saturday or Sunday?
Good Lord.
I said it. I'm not ashamed of it.
Are you connected with those movies? So I'm like, all right.
So YouTube, how was your day?
Yeah, how was your day? Was it fun and fabulous?
Did you bake any cookies today, YouTube?
Pixar ones are generally, but a couple of even the Pixar ones have been kind of like, okay.
Post Disney by us.
This one is
Okay, Michelle's on her break. I'm gonna have to watch extra close.
Be careful.
Being careful. That commercial is disturbing.
I think it's beautiful.
We're on your side tonight with a toy recall from McDonald's. McDonald's is recalling a potentially dangerous Happy Meal toy.
Yeah, this Hello Kitty themed toy was given out in the U.S. and Canada in the last few weeks, and now McDonald's has gotten 2 reports of children coughing up pieces of the attached whistle there you see on the right. The chain has recovered more than half of the nearly 2.5 million toys now that have been made. Customers can exchange the whistle for a new toy as well as a free side item. A reminder about a special event UW Health is holding tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. For the second year in a row, they're holding a Veterans Career Day event. It's a chance for veterans and their families to network, get career assistance, participate in practice interviews, and learn about the opportunities at UW Health. Attendees are able to apply for jobs at the end of the event. It's going on tomorrow at the UW Medical Foundation. That's 7974 UW Health Court in Middleton. It is free, and walk-ins are also welcome. There's no pre-registration required either.
Saturday begins round 2 for Obamacare enrollment, with the federal government hoping that sign-ups for plans under the Affordable Care Act are smoother than the first time around. Ahead of the second round of sign-ups, the healthcare.gov website was tested over a 5-week period. 37 states will use the federal exchange for 2015. The enrollment period officially begins November 15th, but in a new feature, consumers can take a sneak preview of plans in their area now and compare estimated premiums, deductibles, maximum out-of-pocket payments. The Obama administration says it expects 2015 enrollment to be lower than its original projection of 13 million. Now, most Americans know about those large data breaches that have affected a number of retailers, banks, and online sites over the past year.
But a new study shows that's not changing the majority of shoppers' habits. A new survey from the Information Technology Security Association says 94% of consumers are familiar with security breaches that came to light over the past year at retailers, including Target and Home Depot. 3/4 of those surveys say they're concerned, but many aren't really doing anything about it. The study shows only 45% of consumers changed their online passwords or PIN numbers. Just 28% shopped less at retailers affected by the data breaches, and 23% used cash more often instead of credit cards, and only 15% made fewer online purchases on their mobile devices.
People want to do the right things, but they have to get beyond this complacency and convenience factor.
The association recommends that consumers use a strong password unique to each major account they have and download security software to protect their information.
We will meet the Badger men's basketball team's newest recruit, signing day in De Pere. That story is coming up in sports.
A 1986
That one snuck up on me.
So is signing day really a big, huge deal? I mean, I have a cousin who signed with University of Southern Mississippi for softball. Huge deal. Really, pictures everywhere. All kinds of family went to the occasion. Is it a really big deal?
It is. It's like draft day.
Wow. Wow, I had no idea.
Where colleges fight over players.
Huh. Well, I don't think her mother would let her go any place other than that place.
Are you making fun of my box?
No, no.
We're not making fun of your box. Your
No,
box is
just acknowledging. Just acknowledging your box. Oh, stop.
You're muted, Michelle.
I'm trying to unmute myself. I actually do need that box every day. Today, Eric and I were standing next to Gary, and Gary and I look normal, but Eric looked giant.
you look abnormally short.
I think they should build you a hydraulic riser, like a little elevator.
Thing, I don't want to be as tall as Eric. It's unnatural.
I don't want to be as short as you. It would really be unnatural.
Well, here's the thing.
I'd have to take up horse race.
When I stand on a box, my knees like hit Eric's waist, which looks ridiculous.
In your face. I mean.
I told Colin not to hire you.
Shut up!
No, I did not.
I'm the only person who would work with you.
Victoria was little too.
Yeah, but she had better legs than I do, so sad. I have short little legs. I can't help it. It's not cool. It doesn't look good on camera. Hurts my self-esteem.
You're reminding me more and more every day.
You know what? I will take that.
Right back.
But who did that? Who does that? When do I do that?
Out of sports. You guys say the same thing out of sports every night.
Because it's in the prompter.
We're joking.
I hate you guys. This is not fair. It's like all men, all your stupid men humor.
I just think we need to avoid that shot.
Yeah, at 6 we were standing next to each other.
4'11" news anchor, our 6'3".
Eric went total Devo. He was like,
and our 4'10" meteorologist.
you were like, I don't like that shot.
Oh, it looks absurd.
10 seconds.
It's okay. I don't like it when my butt's on TV, but it happens sometimes. Yeah, I was joking.
Crazy.
News 3 Sports.
The Badger women's volleyball team, otherwise known as Team Streak, tries to run its winning streak to 14 straight matches tonight as Wisconsin hosts Michigan at the UW Fieldhouse. The Badgers get off to a quick start. Haley Nelson has another good night, 10 kills. She hit .308 tonight. Badgers take the first 2 sets, and in the third, Courtney Thomas comes through with one of her team-leading 11 kills, and there's no stopping the Fighting Sheffields tonight. Final score, Wisconsin takes it in straight sets, 3-0. The Badgers now 23-2 in the season, still in first place in the Big Ten with a 14-1 record. Iowa comes to the Fieldhouse for a match with the Badgers Saturday night. Meanwhile, the Badger women's basketball team has its second and final exhibition game tonight at the Kohl Center against Duluth. For Duluth, number 10 is former Janesville Parker star Danielle Flood, who has 25 points for the Bulldogs. Duluth hangs in there before the Badgers settle into the second half. Dakota White, nice feed to Michaela Johnson, who leads the Badgers with 16. Final score, Wisconsin 80, Duluth 60. The Badgers open their regular season Sunday against Illinois State at the Kohl Center. That was Michaela Johnson, by the way. Badger men's basketball players sophomore Jordan Hill and freshman TJ Schlunt from Oconomowoc will redshirt this season. The program signed 3 recruits to letters of intent today. 6'9" forward Alex Illikainen of Grand Rapids, Minnesota, 6'8" forward Charlie Thomas of Clarksville, Maryland, and 6'3" guard Brevin Pritzel of De Pere will join the Badger program in the fall of 2015. Pritzel averaged 20 points and 5 rebounds a game at De Pere last season. He's a shooting guard with great range, and Bo Ryan calls Pritzel one of the best shooters in the country in his class.
I probably envision myself playing kind of the shooter role, like you see Ben Bruss play, maybe Josh Gasser. I know I'd have to develop my defensively a lot more, but that's something I know that we can work on while we're there. I like to play. I want to play tough, so I think they can find a spot for me.
The Badgers open their 2014-15 regular season Friday night at 8 and get the Kohl Center against Northern Kentucky. They'll raise a Final Four banner Friday night, and that'll be a special moment to begin a new season.
It's going to be exciting, definitely. We can finally move on after that. We've had a lot this whole off season, just people are congratulating you, talking about the Final Four run and all that, and you just want to try to move on from it almost. Get ready for a new year.
The Packers have a huge game at Lambeau Field Sunday against the 7-2 Philadelphia Eagles. It's a late kickoff, 3:25 Sunday afternoon. The Packers are in good shape for the playoffs with a 6-3 record. They're in the stretch of 4 home games in 5 weeks. But the Packers know they have to keep their feet on the gas pedal. And today at TCF Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, crews spent most of the day removing the 7-inch snowfall from this week's storm. The Gophers host Ohio State in an important Big Ten football game Saturday. Temperatures expected into the low 20s for Saturday's game. Our son Connor goes to school there. I said, so did you go shovel snow at TCF for $10 an hour? He said, no, are you crazy? And then he asked me to send him money.
Oh.
Go figure.
I wonder if they
He's a
were
smart
tempted to get in those things and just ride them on down the...
Oh, that'd be a lot of blast.
That's a lot of fun. That is a big
I think
game,
OSHA would have a problem with it, but...
Yeah, they're college kids, right?
Yeah.
All right, Jay, thanks.
We'll be right back.
Well, that was fun. I would shovel snow for $10 an hour.
So would I. I'd do that.
I'd even bring hot cocoa for everybody.
Did you guys see that snow video? Kicker said.
Yeah, I saw it. I would do that.
Did you hear Jay say his son goes there?
And then he asked for money?
Yeah, we heard that. Are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
That way snow is for...
I said smart kid. When I was in college, I had 3 jobs, and I went to school full time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I hate you.
He better not be contagious. Tell him to get away.
Look at Eric. This is what he does to me when I tell him a story.
Yeah? Tell me more.
I don't want to tell you more. I do that to him though too. Yeah.
Tell me about the MU1
Yeah.
interactivity. Anybody see the award that Michelle presented to the girl from Milwaukee at the Emmys a couple weeks ago? The video went viral.
It did?
Is that with you people?
Yeah, I posted it on Facebook. Remember you commented on it today on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I did a couple times.
She said
What are we talking about?
She said public schools.
She accepted
that one.
Milwaukee
Yeah.
accepted an Emmy and said public schools suck.
Yeah, she was booed roundly.
She got booed right off the stage. Gary, what do you think?
Well,
Since your wife's a public school teacher.
My wife is an 8th grade public school teacher.
I actually got after one of her followers pretty good about that. He defended her. And I said, that is an absolutely stupid statement by that girl. I actually also swapped messages with Farm about it, because she's a farm chick.
She still have a job?
Was it somebody at her
She's still there. Yeah, she's still
Who
there.
was it?
Her name is, what's her name?
What's her name, Nick?
Sorry, Washington?
Wait, what?
What's her
Troy
name?
doesn't
Look on
work
my Facebook page. What's the girl's name?
Troy
I
would
don't
never say
remember.
anything like that.
Who did that?
Not the only one I know in Milwaukee.
I was more like that's all.
When did this happen?
At the night, she won her Emmy for interactivity.
Why did she
This
say?
girl won an Emmy. This other girl won an Emmy for public speaking.
Why did she say that?
Story about the All right, Gary's back. Final check of our forecast.
Chilly, cold. Adjectives to kind of describe it.
Wow,
28 for highs tomorrow, Friday, 29 Saturday and Sunday, 25 Monday, and 26 Tuesday. Got to wait till Wednesday before you get temperatures back in the 30s. And just for good measure, we'll add perhaps a chance for an inch or two of snow from Saturday afternoon into Saturday night.
Is Connor at least going to the Buckeye Gopher game?
He said he was studying.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's good.
He
At
wants
least he's going to tell you that,
send him that
right?
money. He really wants you to send that money. All right, folks, thanks for joining us tonight for News3 at 10. Have a good night.
But, there we go.
Did you already say Megan Dwyer?
Basically.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. I don't know. You guys, it's like such a hard thing because here are the things that I have learned about life is that you never piss off teachers or moms. So, Yeah. So I felt really bad for that whole situation.
Something like that.
I don't ever want to knock anybody. I was saying for saying something regrettable because I feel like that could happen to anybody, and I don't want to like jinx myself, for like saying something regrettable either. But that was a weird for sure. You know what I mean? Or did you guys see it?
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it
I
live.
have not seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't? Well, it got picked up on Gawker and a couple of other sites, so it's been kind of a talker in the news industry. Hold on, let me change this up for a second.
Maybe we should try to get her in here. Did she lose her job over it?
No, not that I know of. I don't think so.
It'd be interesting to get her in here to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen, though.
Why not?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not friends with her. I don't know her. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Am I not on? What's happening here?
You're on. It's really dark, like somebody powered you down.
Hold on.
There you go.
It says session terminated because of a browser error. Okay, so I do have to ask my question of the day. Hold on.
What happened to Greg?
Hold on.
They don't send out a press release every time there's a delay. Imagine Delta. Her friend was a spokesperson for Delta, right? Delta Airlines?
Oh, goodness. Trying to mute myself. There we go. Did I mute myself?
One of you is muted.
Or like,
Good Lord.
like no, what they do.
Wait, are you trying to mute both or just one?
Just one.
Oh.
You got it.
Okay.
A lot of the times the feed does not leave the Hangout until like 7 p.m. the next day.
Yeah, it's because I don't leave it, so that's why. That's me. That's me problem. Just because I have too many, I have like so many windows open here, so that's another thing. Okay, so my question was, do you think that rape victims or alleged rape victims or sexual assault victims should have to pay for their own rape kits or any portion of it?
No.
Was that Nick or Teresa?
Oh, come on.
Really?
Sorry. Well, here's what's funny is that I heard a no.
No, thanks.
I thought I saw Teresa's at the same time, so I was like,
oh, the humanity.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Really, it's not that bad, Nick. Wow.
Gosh, sorry. Okay, wait.
It's okay. Telemarketers make the same mistake.
Are they like, oh, Miss Nikki? Okay, so for real. I'm sorry. For real, okay, the question. Do you think that sexual assault victims should have to pay for their own rape kits or any portion of it?
No.
Why?
That was me this time.
What did you say?
Because if they are victims,
Be covered by those awful insurance companies.
Eric says it should be covered by insurance companies.
Yeah. They should, or the rapist. Of course, that's assuming that they're tried and found guilty.
Well, I know $35 million was just kind of released today, or I don't know if released is the right word, but it's going to also, this is like nationwide, but it's also going to go to help with rape kits that are on backlog, or rape tests that are on backlog, so I think that's interesting.
yeah, Texas has a huge problem with that.
Really, with backlog?
Yeah, rape kits, like warehouses of rape kits that have never been tested.
Really? That's interesting. Well, I'm surprised. I mean, it was like a CBS investigation, and then Wisconsin was named in it, so we thought that was really interesting. And also, sad.
I would have liked to have seen the total for that bill. So the 728 was the rape kit itself, but then there's the ER, there's the doctor in the ER, there are
The HIV test.
right, the HIV, any other labs that were drawn. That bill had to be at least $2,000.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, anytime you get any test done, it seems like it's like minimum 500 or something. It's I don't know, maybe more, but I was kind of shocked to see that.
I mean, say you were a victim of some other crime. Say, like, someone ran over you and then ran off. Would you want to pay for your hospital bills after being run over by someone? Or, I mean, I don't think they should go out of their way to charge victims with bills.
Well, it's rape is like one of those, or alleged rape or whatever, is one of those crimes that's really hard to be like be like
pro. I mean,
not
there aren't
yeah. I
many
mean, not
pro
yeah.
rape.
Yeah, I mean, who's pro rape, right? But I mean, what I'm saying is like to have. I mean, what would you call it if you're making alleged rape victims pay for their own tests? It's not necessarily pro rape, but it's like also not very. It doesn't fall on the line of like helping victims, So that's a bad way for me to describe it. I'm just talking out.
Right, and it stands to reason that someone who's been raped wouldn't go get tested because they don't want to have to pay for it.
Well, we already know. Yeah, but we already know that so many sexual assault survivors do not report things. Like they have a hard time coming forward.
That may be because of shame, or in this case, could be because of money, because they don't want to have to pay hospital bills for what just happened to them.
Up until today, I don't think it ever would have occurred to me that insurance wouldn't have paid for that ER visit, because it's technically an ER visit. So I would have a deductible, a copay of $50 or $100, and then the visit is paid for. So up until this report, I would have gone with that thought in my head.
Yeah. Let me think. What were the other top stories? I think it's really interesting. I would like to actually do a follow-up like locally. I mean, instead of just looking at the CBS national numbers. Oh, a story that Adam did on Monday is going to be shown on CBS.
I gotta take this.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can we mute you? Okay. And then I think Valina's story was pretty interesting too, but I think the rape one, I think a lot of people responded to really quickly. I mean, they, had an opinion about it. Anything else?
Did anyone say yes?
No one said yes. Let me look at this though, because I am on YouTube now, and I noticed that we have comments on YouTube that I didn't get to.
Okay.
Sunny says, sounds like piling insult upon injury. Joe says, hospitals provide them as part of the service, covered under insurance or subsidized by the police department as part of the investigation. That's all I got. So very interesting. I should say thanks to everyone who watched on YouTube. I'm going to get us off YouTube, though, right now, and we'll talk for a few minutes. And if you want to join us again, we'll be back probably maybe Friday as a casual hangout, but definitely next Monday. So, bye, YouTube.